You actually got your own weed strain.
Yes, and I just restocked. I love Canada.
Hey, shout out Canada. Canada meets West Coast. Let's go. It's episode 221 of the Cassius Morris Show. Thanks for tuning into this brand new edition of the podcast. Pardon my bloated and ugly face. I am recording this in the morning. But if you want to help me do something about that and you enjoy this video, please click that subscribe button. That way I can afford a hair and makeup team so I can record at any time of the day and the moon face shall not appear. Today's guest on the podcast is none other than the lovely Jourdin Pauline, the Guyanese pop star, joining us all the way from Los Angeles, California. Now, Jourdin, I respect her because she has her hands in a lot of different pots, as we discussed in this interview. She got her start in her career in acting and modeling. She appeared in programs such as Ant Farm and Shake It Up on the Disney Channel, and soon continued to evolve her modeling career and also start a singing career. She does pop style music. She does some R&B style influence, even some rap influence in there. And just a really cool, fresh blend of sounds in the music that she's bringing to the table. She's also an entrepreneur. She has her own cannabis strains and really just a big stepper in the world of entertainment and business in Los Angeles, and definitely somebody that you should be looking out for in the coming years. Her new album, Love Songs About Nobody, is available everywhere now. So make sure to go get that on Spotify or wherever you get your music. And I'm not going to keep you guys for too long, man. We'll let you guys get into this interview. But before we do, I just wanted to let you know that in between podcasts like this where we do interviews, I've been trying to come at you guys with some more topical segments. And the next topical segment I'm going to be doing for episode 222 is going to be talking about the worst podcast/interview I've ever done. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to tell you what the worst thing was about it or who it was just yet. But again, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss my next episode talking about the worst podcast I have ever done. So without further ado, let's get into this one. This one definitely wasn't it. This one was great. Let's talk to Jourdin Pauline. I'm just wondering what you got going on today in terms of shoots. I know you're constantly in the studio. How's the schedule for the day?
My schedule right now, I am going to do a photo shoot today. And I'm going to do some errands. And I got studio tonight.
Gotcha.
Pretty much same thing every day, studio, every night.
So you try to hit the studio pretty much 7 days a week, maybe 5, 6 at least.
Yeah, about 5. So this week has been 4, but I try to stay in it at least every week,
Absolutely. And I heard you saying too that you were grateful for this entire shutdown pandemic situation because you felt like it was giving you time to actually work more in the studio.
Yeah, it really did. I was in complete beast mode. I still am, but yeah, especially early pandemic, I was making like 7 songs a day.
Wow. That's a lot of tracks. All right. So are all these tracks written or are some of these like sort of freestyle vocals?
A little bit of half and half.
Gotcha.
Half and half, because the freestyles come when I'm feeling inspired and it just comes out. But if I hear a beat and I have a good melody, I have to write it up.
Okay, for sure. So how did this all start for you with the music? Because I know that you really started off with the modeling angle and also the acting angle.
It really started, the writing, I started completely with writing. I got into acting about 4 or 5 years ago, and it really just started with just continuously doing it, persistence, and not taking no for an answer type ordeal.
Mm-hmm. That's a big one too. So like basically once you get in a little bit, just keep pushing it, and because it seems like you're really good with the entrepreneurship type aspect of it. Like you got your hand in a lot of different pots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort. It must take a lot of time too.
It takes, but I want a certain life,
Mm-hmm.
So my hand is in every pot. One, because I always feel like I could do more. I always feel like there's more to do, and it's like so much to achieve. So I try not to like limit myself. I'm getting into I probably will do college in about 2 years, like, oh, Jourdin Pauline goes to college, but
and that's what's
right
up.
now, yeah, I'm probably just about to open a business, open up a restaurant, drop like 18 albums, do like
Going
30
crazy.
tours.
That's the way to do it. So right now, I know you actually got your own weed strain. Is that true? You got 2 strains.
Yes, and I just restocked.
Hey,
On Popstar. Pauline Kush is still sold out, but Popstar is that new. It's 2 strains. Pauline Kush is more indica dominant. Your nighttime heavy weed. It's a strong weed. It makes you really high.
that
And
heavy
then the
indica.
yeah, it's like it's a good, but you feel good. Like you don't be like paranoid high.
Right, right.
You feel like, oh shit, I'm high as fuck.
Yeah. But you're chilling at the
um,
same time.
yeah, pop star is more so it makes you a little bit happy. Um, you get a lot of things done, but it's also not like fully sativa based. It's more so hybrid, a good mixture of 50-50. But pop star just makes you feel good. You feel like a pop star, or a rock star, whatever you are, but it enhances.
Okay, I hear that for sure. So you're actually in business with your partner, boyfriend, who is in the cannabis business in LA, and he's established, right?
Yes. Yes.
Got you.
Yes,
So like,
he
would I know
is.
who he is? Like, is he like it sort of one of the names that you would publicly know, or is it more
Mm,
behind the scenes?
So behind the scenes, name is Dot. Legal grower. He's been growing for like 5-6 years now. But supplies everybody, runs backpack boys, cookies, everybody. So they want the pound, they cut through him.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I know Cookies just opened in Vegas. I saw the line was literally around the store.
Yeah. Congratulations, Vegas.
For real, definitely. I know you're out in LA. Were you born and raised in LA?
No, I was born in Guyana and then I came to LA when I was 6. So
Got you.
everybody's like, when I tell people that now, they're like, oh, okay, so you're from LA.
Okay, so they still think you're like a LA
They're
born
like, oh yeah, you're
almost.
like from LA, you're a native because you grew up here most of your life. But I don't really like to say I'm from LA, but I'm really from Guyana. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I know you got family out in Canada as well as the states that came from Guyana.
hmm
Okay,
I
cool.
got
So
family in Canada, New York, very rare in LA.
gotcha. Okay. So like what do you feel like you brought with you from Guyana? Is there a lot of memories of it in terms of like the culture, the food, stuff like that, or is it more Western stuff?
It's really humid. Now, why would Margaret McDonald be calling me when she knows I'm on this Zoom interview? Um, it's really humid, sunny, it rains when it's sunning.
Yeah, I would imagine.
um, yeah, I bring everything back to LA. Like I live for Guyana. Like I'm so happy, I'm so proud to be from there. Like I'm opening up a Guyanese restaurant in LA. It's gonna
Wow.
have Guyanese bakery, like treats, the real authentic Guyanese food. I'm flying my auntie from Guyana out here
Oh,
to do
damn.
the cooking. Yeah, so I love where I'm from. Like I just can't wait to go back. I'm supposed to go back in a month, but
You
can't
never
wait.
know with all the craziness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. It's nuts out there. I know LA, it seems to be thriving though. I know you've been making some crazy links out there. I know you connected with Young Thug recently. Is that accurate?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is accurate.
And what type of conversation was it with Young Thug? Is it like feature talk or just sort of chopping it up?
Oh, feature talk for sure. And he's like a
Gotcha.
big bro of mine. He's one of the first people that pulled me in and wanted to like put me in the studio. I was recording out of his studio for like 3 weeks straight
Wow.
with Vito and Strict, and he just was really supportive. And then he's really all about persistence. Like a lot of artists come through and they just like, oh yeah, I'm an artist, but then they don't really follow through with it. You know what I'm saying? He sees I've been on my grind. He respects it. He shows love every time I see him. I'm actually probably going to hit on the link soon, but yeah, I fuck with Young Thug, and he's a really nice, genuine, amazing person.
He seems
Oh,
really cool to me. Like he impressed, very malleable. It seems like no matter what type of track you put him on, he can adapt to that track. I mean, what's the best advice you would say that he's given you, or sort of guidance that he might have gave you in the studio?
he made me want to get more into what the engineer is doing.
Hmm.
Like when I'm recording, we're as artists, we know how we want to sound, know what like the message we want to get painted across. A lot of artists are lazy; they don't really know. They just let people do it for them. But he made me want to get more detailed and in tune with how my body work is coming out. You know, like I just don't like sit around. If I hear something, I'm like, no, take that out, nudge this over here, put that over here, drag that part from over here. You know what I'm saying? He's very detailed in that, and he actually knows how to work Pro Tools front to back. Like he'd be like, scoot over to his engineer that's amazing already, and be doing it himself. You know, because he knows how he wants to sound, and that's something I really admire. I'm actually getting into doing that now, because that's why we have my EP slowed up right now. Because I have 2 last mixes that's just not sounding right from the original version that I arranged. And I'm like, why is it so hard for them to mix it like the original demo version, you know? And I'm like, fuck, if I knew how to really get into that, I would just do it myself, you know? But that's something I really do admire, you know? Nobody's going to get how you want to be like you are going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. Like you're trying to describe it to somebody else when they're an engineer. So it's like you're sort of, it's like trying to tell someone what a color looks like if they can't see it. Like you got that right in your head, so you could implement it. So so how long you been doing that now? For like the last couple of months?
Yeah, the last couple of months. It's crazy. When I was about 16, I was into it, and then I strayed away from it because I wasn't in the studio as much. But yeah, now I'm getting into it because I know how I want to sound. I know the vibe I want to paint. And it's just so frustrating when you don't get it, you know? Like
I hear that, yeah.
I've had 9 mixes sent to me, and I'm like, no. Automatically, not 1 second into the song, I'm like, no, absolutely not. Like, it's not it, because, like, you know, but...
Do you feel like the standard is too low for a lot of artists? Because it sounds like you have a really high standard. I feel like a lot of artists would just take the mix and say, hey, screw it.
I can't do that. I literally have the same birthday as Kobe. And I am so... I don't want to call myself anal because I'm not anal. I'm just like, fuck, this is my one shot. This is my one life. Like, y'all not about to play with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. You got to do it your way.
Yeah, you know, like.
I'm definitely curious about Drizzy also. I know he's back in LA, and, you know, the news is popping off crazy here about what he's doing. What's the energy like with him, and sort of what does he have to say?
He reached out to me about 2 years ago. And then Party Next Door reached out to me beginning of this year, end of last year. Both showed their props that they love my music, they love my sound, they love the aesthetic, they love everything. And I'm like, nigga, let's work.
Yeah, seriously though.
That's my only energy with it. I know Jake is gonna circle back. I know the Party's gonna circle back. But yeah, they acknowledge it. They know who I am. And honestly, it's all about persistence. Like when you show that you set the tone that you can't be played with, nobody's gonna play with you.
Do you feel like that sets a new pressure or like maybe a new level of grind when you know that you got, like a couple years ago, you started getting these players watching? Does that change it for you?
No, because I try not to psych myself out. It's like, oh God, they're looking. Oh, I just gotta pretend like there's regular people and just like still keep my pace, even though it does open and unlock a certain like, I feel like only I have to like build myself up before, like, you know, but it has inspired me to work harder and go harder. Like, you know, I try not to send my videos and music out, like text it to them when it comes out, because like I'm like, fuck it, they're gonna see it. But yeah, so it's different right now. I'm just working, and they're gonna see it. Like, you know.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, especially if you've already got that recognition, it's almost like you don't really have to change anything. It's obviously validation that you're doing it right. So, you know, that makes a lot of sense to me too. Just wondering, have you heard any of the latest hip hop releases? I know the off season J. Cole just dropped. We got Nicki that just dropped. You messing with that Nicki?
Every day. I've listened to Nicki for 3 months straight every day. I feel like me and my friends and my boyfriend manifested her back. And yeah, everybody's all like, yeah, Nicki didn't all now. But I'm like, we've been on this Nicki train for a really long time. No, we've been bumping Nicki a lot lately. I heard J. Cole. I fuck with it, you know. I love how prolific he is. What else have I been listening to? Really just my EP, making sure it comes down to the best body of work that I could muster up.
I respect that big time. The last thing I really wanted to know was just about working with some of the producers you work with. You got Donald Robertson Jr., Hit Boy, some massive names.
I currently am working with Killer B. He did the song Positions for Ariana Grande. He executive produced the EP, and we did that in 3 days. He's amazing. His beats are insane. I'm working with an artist by the name of Aaron Kane. He's in Atlanta. My favorite producer ever. Love him.
That's awesome.
Amazing. Like every beat he sends me, I write something to. And literally, the beats he sends me are the ones I freestyle to. Like Spiral, I freestyle Spiral. I freestyle Nasty. Those are all his beats. It's way more shit. I'm going to drop some more after I drop this EP. I just got to get it out. And then once I already got the lineup ready to go, you understand?
You got it ready.
I have it ready. But yeah, Aaron Kane and Benny X. I have a Benny X record on my EP as well.
Beautiful. Hey, listen, everybody go check her out. You already do. You already know who she is. And you're coming in heavy. I feel bad for the competition out there because you are coming in heavy. Appreciate your time, Jourdin.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Take care.
I love Canada.
Hey, shout out Canada. Canada meets West Coast. Let's go. There you have it. My exclusive conversation with Jourdin Pauline. I want to thank her for taking the time in the middle of a busy shoot day to chat with me. And I want to thank you for tuning into this episode of the Cassius Morris Show, episode 221. If you enjoyed what you just saw, please click that subscribe button down below, whether you're tuned in on our video platform on YouTube or the audio platforms on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio. Click that subscribe button. It's the same on every single platform. And also make sure to click the little notification bell on YouTube next to the subscribe button so that you get real-time updates with all of my content. You definitely don't want to miss it. Follow me on social media at Cassius Morris, Cassius Morris _ on Instagram, and the program is at Cassius Show on all platforms. And of course, make sure to go follow our guest. We have the link to all of Jourdin Pauline's socials, as well as her brand new album, so go and check that out in the description below. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, this is Cassius Morris saying, rock on.